Hi, so we're back again. This time what we're going to be discussing is video card. Alright, so there are two major manufacturers of video cards, Nvidia and AMD. What I've done is purchase a Nvidia graphics card. Alright, why did I do that? Well, I've had very good luck with Nvidia throughout the years, and instead of going with something new, I decided let's stay with the Nvidia line. One thing I had to make sure that I had with this particular card was that I had the capability of doing a dual card configuration in my system, and also be able to do SLI configuration, which means scalable link interface. I'll explain them in a moment. So, what is a video card? A video card is a daughter board basically that connects to the motherboard and generates and outputs images and video to your screen. All right, that is their primary duty. This particular card has 8 gigs of additional RAM added into it, so it takes off all the load off of your computer and it does it on here. That gives it the capability of running a lot of high-end stuff, and instead of bogging down your motherboard, this is able to handle it very effectively. So, without any further ado, let's actually open up this puppy. Oh, I forgot to mention, this is a GeForce RTX 2080 Super card. You'll see why it's been aptly named that. This is a big card. So the first thing you notice is that it's big, really big. Nvidia does a very good job of keeping their product line up to date. They are very responsive to users in terms of problems with various drivers that they update basically on a monthly basis. And in this particular case, this card has three fans before you even do anything else. Now, why does it have 3 fans? Because when it runs very hot, these fans will do everything it can to keep it cool. Now, when you mount this thing, what you're basically going to do is mount it in this type of configuration. All right, so that the fans are blowing air up and through the system and out, so that the rest of the system can move the air around and keep it cool. You will see that it is in an anti-static bag. That's to make sure no erratic electricity gets to it. As I indicated before, this has the capability of doing SLI. And why is that? I'm thinking about getting a second card, but we'll see how that plays out. And I'll explain that as well while I'm going through here. First off, the ability for this card in terms of output, it can use several different types of outputs. HDMI, most people are familiar with that. It also has the capability of doing DisplayPort, and DisplayPort is another form of video connector, and also the USB Type-C connector. So these are the newer connections that goes onto these monitors that you're able to utilize. So moving back to what else I will be doing with this card. One of the things that I indicated before, SLI configuration. When you do an SLI configuration, you're using 2 cards. You're using 2 cards in conjunction to increase the graphic capabilities of that card. So if you're playing a video game, this is the best description of it. If you're playing a video game, instead of getting 30 frames per second, you're now getting maybe twice that, anywhere from 45 to 60 frames per second. For those that like to play games, that could be a big difference. Here's a better description. Those of you who are familiar with a game that came out a few years ago called Crysis. When it came out, the graphics card of its time were not able to handle it. What you saw was stuttering. So when you look at a movie, you like to see things that flow. You like to see it, there's no stuttering, no people just going Well, that's what happens when you don't have the right video card for the job. And using two of these in an SLI configuration usually can prevent you from having a problem. But at the same time, the newer systems like these new ones, they do a lot to help. So you may find that you only need one, all right? But I've given myself the capability of being able to go to more than one. So I like that about this card. So what else is there about this that I like? Well, all of this, it basically goes into if you're doing any type of graphics or video type things. When you utilize all that, that helps with what you're doing on your computer. So that's a good part. So one thing I will tell you, when you buy a graphics card like this, you gotta look at the power requirements. This guy right here requires that your total system has at least a 650 watts of power available to it. I have a bigger one, and I'll show you that later on in the video. To start off with, if I'm using one, requires 650. That doesn't mean when you use two, you need 1300. It just scales up very well when you use them in conjunction. So, if there's any questions, please let me know in the comments, okay? Thank you.